Hi, this is Chris Frew with BioBuzz at the QNova LifeSciences Partnering Forum, part of JP Morgan Healthcare Week. And I'm excited to talk today with Melissa Espinosa
Mm.
from Blue Goat Cyber. Melissa, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk with you today. This is a fascinating topic. I'm from Maryland, right? And it's like Maryland's like the Silicon Valley of cybersecurity. So I'm excited to have a little conversation with you today. Can you tell us a little bit about, just as a starting point, your company and what you do?
Okay, at Blue Goat Cyber, we do everything cybersecurity from early stage consulting for the design for medical devices to the full package submission for FDA cybersecurity requirements or EU MDR or any other regulatory body. We get clearance, and then we do post market monitoring as well.
Now, you guys really specialize in medical device. Is that right? That's
Yes,
the area
that
that you.
is our focus is medical device cybersecurity and bringing the awareness that cybersecurity isn't just an IT concern. It's a fundamental for patient safety.
Yeah, I mean, and patient safety is important to you, right? So tell us a little bit about your background too, because you come from a patient-focused area.
Yeah, prior to coming on with Blue Goat Cyber, I was a cardiac nurse for about 14 years. So, yes. And um, I depended on this equipment, medical devices like telemetry, monitoring, infusion pumps, and other equipment to make rapid decisions. And when these systems failed, it caused immediate risk to patient safety. And so it's it's interesting because it kind of drive that experience kind of drives my work today with Blue Goat Cyber. Like I said, it's about patient safety. We hack into the devices so that criminals can't and cause patient harm.
That's incredible that you get to, take that work experience and that personal passion experience and kind of bring it into this new field that you're now in, or this emerging field that you're in. I can imagine that's a core cultural element of the company, keeping the patient safety at the forefront.
Yes, absolutely. That is the main focus that we have is the patient safety, and then like I said, bringing that awareness because a lot of people often just think of patient information, that cybersecurity is so that, but who's going to care that their credit card got hacked into if somebody's hacking into their pacemaker and
Very
change.
true. Um, much different impact that has. So, aside from patient safety, so the cybersecurity is critical, not also for when an early stage company is developing a new device, right? So, can you talk about that? Why cybersecurity is so important to engage, to be part of your development and design process?
Yes, because it's just not a lot. Oftentimes, it's not thought of, and it's not a one and done. Cybersecurity's got to be part of your design, part of your device from the beginning till the end of the product life. So, um, it's it's a consistent life cycle for the medical device.
And I know we're here at the QNova event. They're a partner of yours, I understand. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, they are. And they're a trusted partner. They do great work with consulting, regulatory consulting.
Because at the end of the day, that it's a requirement by the FDA, right? So having a cybersecurity, is it a package but it is a requirement that medical
It
devices.
absolutely is. And it's one of the number one reasons why people get denied clearance.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, yes.
So what are some things that you can recommend to companies that are starting to develop a new product or think about a new product in the early stages to start thinking about cyber earlier?
Well, getting that consulting, through Blue Goat Cyber, it's very inexpensive to make sure that they're considering and integrating cybersecurity into the design. It will cause a lot of, or will prevent a lot of headaches, rework, and expense when they are ready for submission. Yeah, makes it a lot easier to get to
Better
that.
to take care of it in the front end than have to clean up messes in the back end.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's kind of like reverse engineering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Um, well, in this industry, in med tech and develop medical devices, I mean, it's a long process, right? So I got to imagine partnership is something that's really important to establishing those long-term partnerships.
Absolutely, it is. We just do cybersecurity, but as you know, these startups got so much on their plate to, get to the finish line, and so it is great in this ecosystem to have these great partners that do the other things that we don't do. And so, yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. Well, we hear all the time it takes a village, to bring these apart. And it's nice to know there's somebody there. They're protecting the product at the end of the day to make sure it works and make sure it's not getting hacked into.
Yes.
Um, what are some of the? I'd love to hear, like, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see that happen? That I'm sure you've probably got a bunch of stories about them. But what are some of the routine mistakes as you see over and over again that startups make when not thinking about cybersecurity?
Well, the mistakes when they don't think about cybersecurity is, like I said, delays, rework. They give their competitors that edge to get to the market quicker, and it can be quite expensive
Yeah.
if they don't, consider cybersecurity early on. So,
Wow.
mm,
So we're here in San Francisco. There's a lot of energy. We hear about AI a lot. Is that something you guys think about a lot in cybersecurity?
yes, more and more, yeah, yeah, and it's still very immature with medical devices, but it's still, obviously there's requirements for the cybersecurity, so we're up with those standards too. So.
That's great. Are there any emerging trends you've heard this week so far that are kind of piquing your interest?
It's been a busy week. So I've heard quite a bit of new trends. I know that there's a lot of robotics that, it's not necessarily new, but there's some incredible innovations though, and it's exciting to be in this space and help get these to the market to help, with healthcare and change people's lives for the better.
Well, you guys have a really good mission. Well, after I'm sure you're talking to a lot of companies this week and a lot of potential partners. What's the one thing you want them to remember about your company when they walk away?
We have 100% success rate. We got fixed fee pricing, so that helps with like investors as well. We do all the testing documentation that's required, and we guarantee our work. So it's fixed fee pricing, like I said, no matter how many times we have to do the testing, because it's an iterative process. We tell them how to mitigate, the problems that we find, then we test it again, and it goes back and forth, and we never change our pricing. It stays the same. So that helps with investors, when they're looking for their funding, if they've got their cybersecurity on the roadmap as well. So,
Well,
mm,
thank you so much for taking some time to sit down with me today and educate me on cybersecurity and the importance for medical devices. Again, that's one of the things I love about this week is you just get to learn so much because there's so many brilliant people. Everyone fits into the equation that gets these products to the patients, which I know is ultimately where it starts for you and it ends for you is patient
yes,
safety.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
thank you for
thank
joining me.
you.
My pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chris Frew, live at the QNova LifeSciences Partnering Forum. Thank you.